Hello!
And welcome to Fridge Cam.
Shall we find out what this week's theme is?
Let's do that. Mystery box?
Mystery box.
Mystery box.
Look at that. That's a mystery box. In it is our theme. Over there is James. He's going to lower it right now.
All of that happened.
Wow. Right. Well, we haven't had egg week yet, but that doesn't explain those.
They're edible.
It's got chocolate in it.
Oh, that's not a normal egg.
Is it Easter week?
It's not Easter week.
Was it a bit late?
Eggs week.
It's
Chocolate
not eggs
week.
It's
Chocolate week.
chocolate week.
Yes! About flipping time.
I could have put some chocolate in the box. I could have put cocoa nibs in the box, but we're all pretty familiar with that kind of thing. Chocolate in disguise. And they're some of my favourite chocolates in the whole wide
They are
world.
great.
So what are we doing with chocolate?
We're doing what we always do with every ingredient, which is find out all about it and create some awesome recipes. And
Brilliant.
maybe some savoury type recipes, depending on what these guys say.
How are we climactically concluding the end of the week?
Well said. It's going to be a battle, but it's going to be a battle with a difference. Because you're all going to be doing the same recipe, set by me and Ben, and we're both going to be judging you on it.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Like bake-off.
Like bake-off style,
Okay.
which I'm
Okay.
excited about.
Nice. All right. Let's make this all go blurry and send a tweet.
Now I know what you're thinking, it's chocolate week, so we're going to be all sweet. Well, you're wrong, because the title of this video says mole, and that's what we're making first. We've gone savoury, we're going to confuse people, aren't we?
We are, but it is still delicious, and it is still something that you're going to want to make. Lots of ingredients, but a fairly simple process, and you can get all the weights and measurements downstairs, so easy to follow along. It starts off, but what?
Ebbers,
Yes.
what is mole?
So it is a savoury chili sauce originating in Mexico, and basically it's got chocolate in it, which makes it really rich, but it is a combination of spices and chocolate. But every region has its own version, and lots of different seeds and nuts and pulses and bread and tomatoes, lots of different versions.
And if I can throw a cat amongst the pigeons, traditionally, mole, no chocolate.
Really? So it's fusion. It's chocolate fusion week.
Yep, only the most complex moles have chocolate in them.
We are already learning and we haven't even started.
Is that on page 2, Wiki?
These guys chose it when we said what should we do for chocolate week, so it was obviously a key one, and it's got a few tips and tricks along the way. It starts off by roasting tomatoes and these bad boys, tomatillos.
Bad boy.
Bad boys. You're very bad tomatillos.
What we want to do is a really hot oven, so 200, maybe even a bit higher, 220. Tomatoes, tomatillos, a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, and get them in. You guys said if you can blacken some of that, even better.
Oh.
And now for the chilies. We've got like what they call the Holy Trinity. So it's ancho, mulatto, and pasilla.
How spicy are they?
So there's a real mixture. Some of them are hot. We've also got one chipotle, which is slightly warmer. They are a mixture. We're taking the seeds out because it's really the flavour we want more than the spice. Then later on we can throw some seeds back in if we want it a bit hotter. So basically take the top off.
We're currently experiencing a heat wave in London. Nobody here wants it any hotter.
Not even you.
Not even me.
It is warm.
So these are really tough and leathery. So what we want to do is fry them to crisp them up in lard. So it's an absolute delicious source of fat which adds flavour but also helps to crisp these up.
Did you know that the first iteration of chocolate was from the Aztecs and it was actually in a drink? It was,
Hot chocolate.
not really.
It was a very bitter chocolate.
The
but it was
cacao
hot.
nibs, and it was like bitter, frothy. It actually wasn't until the Europeans got hold of the cacao that they started adding tons of sugar.
Did you know that the chocolatey bits between the wafer within a Kit Kat are mushed up Kit Kats?
Is that true?
Yep.
All the rejects.
Yep, really? All the rejects, all the soft bit of chocolate in between the wafers, dead Kit Kats.
You did a did you know that was, not only did you do a did you know, but it was interesting.
That was interesting. Well done.
While they fry off, we can take an onion and 4 cloves of garlic, peel and finely dice them. So this is what we've got now. You've got a nice crispy chili. You can see and smell the flavour. We're going to take them out for the moment, because what they've done is given the flavour to our lard, and in the lard we can add whole spices. So the things like cinnamon stick,
Yes.
star anise,
Yes.
cloves,
Yes.
peppercorns, coriander seeds,
Yes,
plus
yes.
our onion and garlic, and get them all frying off. Now we've got the flavour from the whole chilies, they'll go back in, we can blend those up. But how many of the chili seeds do we want in? How much spice?
27.
If you slow that down, that is within 10%.
Really?
I reckon that was somewhere between 24 and 30. So that is kind of what we're looking for. The onion's starting to soften, the spices are toasting, it's smelling incredible. And you guys said pumpkin seeds were particularly good. They give it kind of a smokiness, so they can go in. These add flavour, especially as they toast off, but also when you blend it up later, they help to thicken it. So we've also got peanuts, almonds, sesame seeds, and bread in 2 types. So kind of baguette we're going to just rip up into here.
What are they?
This is also bread. These are corn tortillas.
Yeah.
So flatbreads, but made from corn. And again, we're just going to kind of rip them up and throw them in.
Now the thing is, from everything that we've learned, every mole is different and everyone has a different way of doing it. Supposedly, moles on average have about 35 ingredients. They are blackened.
They have blackened in a really hot oven. So tomatillos,
Yep.
tomatoes, our kind of leather dried chili can go back in.
He's got such a way with words.
There's nothing wrong with leather. Didn't say that. And the last few flavours, they are starting to build up. We've got a cinnamon stick in there, but a little bit ground cinnamon as well. Fresh herbs, that's thyme and oregano. Chicken stock cube can go in, along with about 1 litre of water. Needless to say, Chocolate Week does need chocolate. This is good 85%. You guys said it had to be good quality chocolate if we're going to do a mole. This is 85% fair trade deliciousness. Wow, don't break it over a pan of steaming water, because what happens is it melts. Damn. The only thing we haven't done is season it with salt. It's got just about every spice and flavour and offering in there, but now a little bit of salt, and that's going to bubble away for 30 minutes or so, and then we'll blend it into a rich mole sauce.
Now what good would it be having an incredible mole sauce if we didn't have something to serve with the sauce that the sauce went on, or in, or around?
It'll be no good.
Exactly. So, how about tortilla chips, but instead of buying them, what if we made them? Or semi-made them, we're going to make these into them.
Simple, fresh corn tortillas, cut into about 1/8, so they're big chunky wedges, and fried in vegetable oil at 180 degrees until they're crispy.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. So 30 minutes later, our sauce has been bubbling away, we've made some nachos, and we've been having a great time, right? Right.
It's so warm in here, especially stood over a fryer. Talking of frying, we're going to fry a couple of eggs. We've got some vegetable oil, 2 eggs. You want a nice crispy bottom, but hopefully a runny yolk. And then, while we wait for them to fry, we can blitz up our mole sauce. The only thing we're going to take out of this is the cinnamon stick.
Good
Everything
point.
else gets blended up,
Even the chilies.
even the chilies.
And the star anise.
And the star anise.
Oh.
So a mountain of our crispy fried corn chips. Not a lot going on with those. We haven't even salted them because there's so much flavour with a mole. And let's get some of this gorgeous sauce. So look, you can see the herbs, the tomatoes, the nuts, the seeds. Some of those chilies. Egg number 1, egg number 2, super crispy.
Wow.
Some gorgeous mole dribbled around.
This is not what I expected.
No, I know. This is what happens when you find yourself listening to people from the community, because you do things that you would never expect to
I
do.
would have never done that before.
And feta as well.
Cheese is good, and what we want is quite a salty, sharp cheese. So we've gone for a feta because it's a good example of that in the UK. It's more difficult for us to get hold of some of the more traditional Mexican cheeses.
But we do know that it comes from over here, whereas mole in Mexico would come from over here. You know, like if you could put a paella in a burrito. Or
Yeah, don't
something
do
like
that.
No. That we do know that that comes from there and that comes from there, and we put it together in the middle.
Fresh coriander or cilantro on top. A little sprinkle of our toasted sesame seeds, and there we go. To kickstart Chocolate Week, it's mole. Sorted. back in. Break the yolk. Get the sauce, get the cheese. Boom.
Damn.
Oops, missed.
Damn.
There's so many flavours, it takes you a while
It does.
for them all to come together.
Smoky, spicy. That's got more of a kick to it than I expected.
And slightly bitter as well.
Chocolate
Spices.
makes that so smooth.
Chocolates
something
and
about
almonds.
it.
I think it's the almonds and the peanuts and the chocolates blended up together gives it that creaminess. There's a lot of ingredients going on, so if you're going to make it, you're going to want the recipe. You can get that in the link downstairs.
I'm telling you now, this is going to be a good week, and make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of it.
Yeah, we are not going to take Chocolate Week where you think we're going to take
I'm putting a jacket and hat on tomorrow.
Click on the left if you missed our last video, or click on the right video for one of our favourites.